All right, we go. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to the latest special episode of Crew Talk with yours truly, Just JB, aka Goldhead, Chris Brandow, and our special guest of the day, of the evening of this episode, Joey Cash of WrestleLIT. Joey, how are you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How about y'all?
We're good, man. It's we're on the road to SummerSlam, and there's a man. We I just can't even formulate words right now, man. We have the
Yeah.
founder of the biggest party in wrestling with us tonight, and dude. I just want to say we've been to the past like three. I think Brandon, correct me if I'm wrong. Like 4 out of 5 last WrestleManias, I
Yes,
believe.
sir.
We went to WrestleMania in Dallas, LA, Philly, our hometown in Philly. Shout out to King James.
Yeah.
And and we went to Vegas last year. And 3 out of those 4 WrestleManias, me and our other group members, shout out to Reef and Carlton, we all went to WaleMania. And
Yeah.
WaleMania was amazing. It was fun. It was
Mhm.
great for the culture and just great for everyone, all wrestling fans to just like congregate and enjoy just being wrestling fans and being who they are and just embracing all of it, man. But
Yes.
WaleMania at Vegas, it ends, and he's like,
Yeah.
I've done it for 10 years and it's over, and we're all just like, oh no, like what's gonna
Exactly.
what's gonna take place, and then the next year, this past WrestleMania, we most of us weren't able to make it,
Mhm.
but our other great crew member, Sharif, aka
Mhm.
Reef, he was able to go out there, and leading up to Mania, we see ads for WrestleLIT, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what? This looks amazing. Like,
Yeah.
this is like someone stepped up. Someone stepped up and knew that
Yeah.
they had to do
I had
something,
to.
and that guy's you.
Hey,
You
I
stepped
had
up,
to step
man.
up, man. Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
crazy.
Joey. So the first question is like, what motivated you to create such an amazing event that gathers everybody, gathers us wrestling fans to just enjoy ourselves and party up, man.
Yeah. So really, and I mean, you already mentioned it. So Wale Mania, I only got the chance to go to two of them. So I went
Hmm.
this past Vegas, and you can hear me okay, right?
Yep, I can hear you
Okay.
perfectly.
Okay, cool. I'm like, this past Vegas, the second time that they did the back to back, that was my fourth in a row. So I did LA, Philly, and then Vegas both times. And then that was
Yeah,
yeah, and LA was actually my first one. So I've been on a roll ever since then.
nice.
And it's a blessing just in being there. I mean, as a kid, well, I couldn't even order the pay-per-views. I go to the video
Yep,
store and rent them, 3 months later. So yeah, I remember those times. But
yep.
yeah, man, it's just been amazing. So the whole idea, I've been pretty much in nightlife since I was like in high school.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so I've done like parties. I mean, I went to Mizzou up in Missouri, a couple hours from St.
Hmm.
Louis, where I'm from originally.
Nice.
We threw, I mean, I want to say at least like almost two parties a month. And then I did like different concerts. I mean, we had like Lil Uzi Vert come. We had Ray Shrimmered one time. And then I
Wow.
helped, yeah, and I was on the committee for it was a basically like doing events and different concerts for the whole entire school. But I was on that
Hmm.
committee as well, so that's kind of how I got like exposed to like the bigger scale events, and like what all goes into that, the marketing and all that type of stuff. So I've always kind of been in love with like doing events, and then my major was marketing. So I mean, it's all kind of been my thing. That's why you mentioned earlier the ads you see, like I
Yep.
yep, I'm big on that, like paid search to social media
Did a great
ads.
job, man. Because I was like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah, no, yeah, Meta and Instagram has been a big help. But yeah, man, it's really a part of my background, and I've been a wrestling fan my entire life. So like I said, I just wanted to after so I yeah, it's been a couple years where I had the idea.
Hmm.
And I never was going to like step on Wale's toes.
Of course
And
not.
speaking of Wale Mania, Kazim, like his head guy that pretty much helped plan, I think almost all of those. He was at the event in Vegas, so that was like a big thing. And I didn't get to on stage. I meant to give him his flowers and just like
Hmm.
appreciate them for everything that they did for the community. And then just thank them for coming. Like that's a big thing, especially if you've done something for 10 years to kind of pass that torch, and not saying he's officially done that yet, but just in case. But yeah, no, he was there. So that was a big blessing. But yeah, man,
Wow,
I
man.
wanted, just going there, and not to ramble or anything, but just going there. I knew, like, going to, consistent WrestleManias, I knew there was a void as far as like that big party scene. And how do we, because I know a lot of like the main roster guys myself. That's kind of how
Of
I've been
course.
around, and like I've done all the network and things like that. So I was
Hmm.
like, how do we put people in a room with their favorite wrestlers and make it more fun? Of course, we go to WrestleCon. That's cool. It's a meet and greet though. But how do we
Right.
kind of, make it lit? And and that's where I kind of came up with that name.
I
So
love it.
yeah, no, that's pretty much it, man. Just trying to bridge that gap and connect those worlds.
That's
So you
amazing,
mentioned
man.
Yeah.
so you mentioned you love pro wrestling your whole
Mhm.
life. What got you into pro wrestling? What was the moment that you were like, I love pro wrestling?
I couldn't like pinpoint it because I was literally probably like 3 or 4 years old. Like I always say four is like when I started watching wrestling. And I think my first event, I was 5 years old. I have pictures like from going there, like in St. Louis, which is crazy because back then, I think it was even just a house show, but it was, I think The Rock was on there, Stone Cold, Mankind, and I want to say Kurt Angle. Like, think a house show, and it's
Woo!
not even on TV, and you got stars like that. So,
Stats.
yeah, yeah. When I got older a few years ago, I had to like Google. I was like, man, what? I wanted to just figure out, just being a fan. I was like, what house show it would have been, and I was able to find it. So it was crazy. But yeah, man, it's just from the beginning of time. I've always loved like watching TV, watching movies. Like I literally before this interview, I was just on Netflix just watching stuff. But yeah, it's something about the storylines, just the characters. I mean, the larger life characters that you just grow up watching. That, I mean, when I say from 4 years old, I didn't probably stop watching weekly until I was probably like 16. And that's kind of when it was like getting to that point where people like, bullying you for it for watching wrestling. So I'm like, all right,
Yeah,
man, I'll
we've been
stop
there.
watching,
We've
and
been
I
there.
did. And it wasn't even just that, because I've always loved the product, but it wasn't just that. It was a sense the product was kind of dying down. I want to say
Right.
it was 2010 to
Hmm.
2014. It was a little shaky during that time.
Uh-huh. We talk about
Yeah,
that a
so
lot. We don't.
yeah,
Yup.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
it.
So
We know.
luckily, I stopped watching at a good period to where I didn't miss a ton. There's still a few things I did miss, like the height of the Shield. I missed that.
Hmm. Hmm.
But yeah, man. I mean, yeah, not to like I said ramble, but pretty much just I've always like that's my first memory is probably watching wrestling.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Um, so with all that said, like what was WrestleLIT one at Mania like? Like that's like you take the baton unofficially, but look,
Hmm.
spiritually, you take the baton from WaleMania and all that, and you launch this amazing party. What was that like to hold that and have such a big event with guests like the Godfather and all these other amazing
Man,
personalities showing up, and I
it's
think some
crazy.
unexpected people showed up too, right? Like it's just yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's
tell us
crazy,
about
man.
it, man. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, it's crazy. It's like, so you just said The Godfather. That is probably like one of my goats. And that's probably like a underrated goat. But just again, being younger, and he kind of like resembled my dad and like how he would act. So I think that's why I kind of gravitated toward The Godfather. Like he was so cool. And just the way he talked and whatnot. But yeah, though when I had the vision for the party, I kid you not, he was like one of the first people I was like, I know I have to have him there. And then you saw like Matt Riddle. Like I wanted people that love the nightlife culture, love like they're when you see them, you see parties, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, it was a crazy feeling. In I want to say, so when I got when Wale first said it was gonna be his last one, that's when my brain clicked to where I was like, okay, well, there is gonna be a void. So I want to say that was around like August last year where I started getting serious into planning and like looking for venues and things like that. So when I started the Instagram, which I need to get better at, like the TikToks, the YouTube, the Twitter, like
It's a
I'm
lot,
really,
man.
it's so much. Yeah, I really need to hire somebody for it. But when I got started on that, I mean, I want to say my first post was maybe like November, December.
Hmm.
There was so much like interaction initially. And again, I credit it to like doing those ads because I'm getting in front of like wrestling fans, even though our page isn't large or anything, or it wasn't large at the time. But yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, it's crazy, man. It just all started clicking. Once we secured a venue, it was like from there, at that point, I just had to start connecting the dots. So again, I mentioned that I where I wouldn't say like friends with a lot of wrestlers, but
Hmm.
I mean I'm friends with many, like especially this a lot of the indie guys, but like the main roster people, I just tried to again connect those dots
Of course, of
and
course.
figure out, how to take these relationships and kind of take it over to toward for like a business. So yeah, man, it's just like I said, it was a crazy feeling. It all kind of just started connecting correctly. And I'm not new, like you said, to like the marketing and everything. So yeah, it's just been history ever since. Like the page at one point, I want to say it was like 3 million views. Like when it said
Woo.
in the last 30 days, yeah, it said like 3 million views in the last 30 days. So I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, man, it's been beautiful. But like it was definitely a special like just feeling to kind of work with a lot of those people I grew up watching. We even had like Javon Evans there, Carmelo Hayes. I had no clue Carmelo was
Crazy.
there. Yeah, he just kind of popped up.
Yup.
And we had a couple other guys, and then of course the people that are killing it now, like Leo Rush, he performed. Chris Bay, that was special.
Crazy,
Um,
man.
so yeah, I was able to give flowers to a lot of the people that are killing it right now. And that's our biggest thing. And again, I don't want to like, you probably got your set list of questions, and I'm kind of going off on a tangent.
No, bro,
But
go off,
yeah,
please.
yeah, yeah.
We
But
love it.
I wanted to, for this first event, really help put on like the people that I do rock with. Like
Hmm.
you got like Hoka, he's a newer guy coming out of Texas. Like Damu Anawai, he's a part of the Bloodline
Hmm.
family. Hollywood Haley J, she was a friend for a few years now. Um,
Nice.
it's a few other people, but in my videographer, I credit a lot to him for those connections. He does a lot of the videographer, or like the, I guess, media for like Godfather, Chavo Guerrero. So he was a big help as far as like kind of finding people. He put me in contact with Gimmick Promotions, who like manages them, Rikishi, and some other guys. So yeah, it was so much just calls, texts, DMs, like it was crazy.
That's amazing, man. And I just want to say, first off, an amazing job, man. We see you
Appreciate that.
everywhere, and we see the hard work you're putting in. Like, don't you're killing it, bro. Just want to let you know
Man,
that. And
thank you.
also, um, our our group, especially powered by who we call the GOAT, Sharif. Shout out to
Mhm.
Reef. He We really put an emphasis on indie wrestling. Indie wrestling is the engine that makes the industry go. So
Yeah,
the fact you were giving flowers to and talking about the indie wrestlers out there, they
yeah,
all the main people we see were at one point indie wrestlers for the most part. So
exactly,
they
exactly.
they make they make the business run. So that's amazing that you present them out there like that. Have
Yeah,
them in
for sure.
mind. So just
Exactly.
wanted to yeah, man. So what can we expect for the WrestleLIT pop-up party at SummerSlam this weekend?
So that one, it's yeah. I mean, you can expect the exact same vibes as Vegas was. The
Yeah,
only
nice.
difference, yeah, I would say the only difference is that it's not WrestleMania.
Hmm.
Now our idea is to keep working these events during like bigger weekends. SummerSlam, Royal Rumble. Even thinking about doing something during Survivor Series, but just keeping it on those big weekends where we feel like obviously a lot of people travel. But yeah, no, SummerSlam. So I called it a pop-up party in the sense that We weren't gonna do a ton of like the meet and greet, the photo ops things that
Uh-huh.
we did like in WrestleMania. I wanted to just create like almost like like just party. So those guests that you see on this one, I mean, they're pretty much gonna be all around. So it's not a separated VIP space. So a lot of people that weren't able to get the VIPs for Vegas, they won't miss out on anything for this SummerSlam one. We're doing pretty much everybody is VIP is what I've been kind of putting in that caption.
Love it.
But yes, no, like I said, same vibe, same surprise guests. Not to, I
Don't want to
can't.
spoil. No spoiling.
Yeah, no, I can't spoil because there's a company that would be very upset if I tried to promote them.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
a few of those guys will probably be there, and
Nice.
girls. But yeah, no, it's gonna be fun, man. And I mean, we brought back a few of our people from Vegas as well. The biggest difference is that there's not a lot of, and we were just talking about it. There's not a lot of indie shows happening that
Hmm.
weekend, so there's
Yeah,
not a
because it's not
lot.
WrestleMania. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's
Yeah.
not in that same point, even though I wish I had endless amount of money to bring everybody out, there's not a
Right.
lot of indie talent that's going to be there. So
Right.
we were limited in that sense, but we were still, luckily enough to still be able to work with like Leo Rush, Jim. I don't know if you've heard of her, but she's out in New York. She's doing really amazing things. She's coming back.
Awesome.
You got Paige Collette, Haley J is coming back again.
Nice.
We have
Nice.
a big guest, a big guest that I can't
Uh-oh.
wait to hang out with. And I met her last year, but JoJo, the ring announcer,
Yep.
Freya's wife. Yeah, that's an honor to have her there, to put it
That's
plainly. So
amazing.
yeah. So
That's
we're
huge.
still lucky enough to get some really great names, great people. Um, and still work with people that we feel like are really close, like family to us. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. Same vibes. I mean, just think nightclub with a bunch of wrestlers. Shout out to. So I'm not the first person to do this type of event, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Obviously, you mentioned WaleMania. There's also Remix Rumble. They do a really great
Yep.
job with what they do.
Shout
It's
out.
a little,
Yep.
yeah. Shout out to Rohisi and them. They do. It's a little bit different vibe, just in the sense that it's kind of more wrestling. Like you walk in there and it feels like it's a legit wrestling nightclub, is what he calls it. So it's
Oh
a little
yeah.
bit different in that sense. But yeah, no, just think the same vibes from Vegas, man. We're gonna have a good time.
Love it.
Yeah.
Speaking of the guests you've had, who is your dream guest? Who is like one guest you were like, oh my god, this is the dream guest of all dream guests?
So there's a few that come in mind. There's one that I'm actually talking to for Minneapolis that we haven't announced yet, that I haven't locked in yet, and he was a dream guest. So I don't know. I'll say his name is Rob Van Dam. He was a dream guest for me.
Oh
Oh.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
snap.
yeah. I mean, he's a goat for
Woo!
sure. He was again, when you think growing up, I was born in '94. So when you think of growing up watching wrestling, obviously RVD is a big one.
Caught those,
Yeah,
maybe caught some of those ECW episodes, and then you
yeah,
see him in
exactly.
WWE. Yep.
Right. So yeah, I mean that will be amazing if we lock him in. We're still talking. We'll see. But that was one. Jeff Hardy's another one. Um,
Woo!
yeah,
That'd be great.
and
That'd be cool.
yeah, we saw Jeff at that WaleMania, the first one in Vegas. Him, like I said, it's just up to him if he'd be interested in coming. I kid you not, he's probably the only one I haven't been able to get in touch with.
Hmm.
So again, I put him as like that dream guest. And then one last one. I know you just asked for one, but one last one. I'm gonna reach for the stars here.
Here we go.
This is my goat.
Uh-huh.
If you watch any interviews, my goat, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. So
That's amazing. Yeah. I mean, if you see anything with our content, I'm a big proponent of the
Yeah.
Great One. So
yeah,
I think he's
that's
the
the
biggest. I
first
think
guy.
he's the
Yeah,
biggest megastar of all time. I have no.
exactly,
I think
and that's
I'm a big Rock guy. Yeah.
right, and that's why I say reach for the stars. But you never know. I mean, if you have a plan for it, honestly, right now the goal is to just keep making this thing bigger. We keep touring, traveling. Funny enough, we've recently worked with Zoa. So I mean that's his energy drink brand. So I mean we're getting there. So yeah, I say anything is possible, especially in the wrestling industry. They always say never say never. So yeah, he would probably be the top dream guest. And that's might be somebody I might not even be able to promote, but if he just stopped by, say wave to the fans, that'd be amazing. So
That's a win right there.
Woo.
yeah,
Man.
exactly.
Sky's the limit, man. Who knows? You don't know until you ask. You don't. I'm telling you, man. You never know.
Right.
That's an amazing, man. That would be awesome. And to tell you the truth, I would not be shocked if it happened with how much you're working and how much the vibes you're putting out, man. I wouldn't be shocked at all. We wouldn't.
It's crazy.
We would not be shocked at all.
Yeah. Go ahead, my bad.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, I was just you just said how hard I'm working, which I'm working very hard. And I have, other people that help me as well. But at the same time, because I have other I have a insurance agency. I have a coffee brand I just kicked off this year. So I do a lot of business stuff. But I was going to say, although I'm working hard, I'm probably having the most fun I've ever had because
that's what it's all about.
This is what I love. I don't know how it took this long to get into the business, but this is what I love. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that.
That's amazing, man. Yeah. So just to bridge off that, how many WrestleLITs can we expect, per year, ideally? And I know this is getting going, but your wildest dreams, how many WrestleLITs can the culture expect per year?
So per year, I would say at minimum probably 4.
Nice.
That's at minimum. It all depends.
Wow.
Yeah, at minimum. So I also don't want to oversaturate the event.
Yeah, of course.
I want it to still feel like, and this, I probably sound like Triple H or something, but I still want it to feel like a spectacle. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I just, like I said, I want to run more so on those bigger PLE weekends. I did announce that we would do Atlanta. I think what I'm gonna do is probably something very kind of what do you call it? Just a smaller scale of event, or just some sort of some sort of this daytime, maybe pregame or something like that. I'm still kind of working that out, but yeah, no, definitely at least probably 4. And then, I mean, might be something you're going to get to later, but the cat's out the bag at this point, but I'm going to get into actual wrestling shows, independent wrestling shows.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Let's go.
And yeah, I don't know how much you've watched, but we've been running WrestleLIT matches at different promotions. So shout out to CCW. We're planning our second one down there with them with our guys Sean Maluda and Taloa. They did the first one.
Incredible.
Yeah, we're running one. We're brewing up something right now for next month with Devon Dudley School. That was another guest I had at Vegas. Man, I mean, there's BRCW. I don't want to forget anybody. BRCW, we did a match with them. Cha-Cha Charlie versus Big Tito. It was a WrestleLIT tables match. Title Match Network let me do a WrestleLIT Rumble. So we're doing, and then even here in Atlanta, Atlanta Wrestling ENT, we're working on a bunch of stuff. But the idea of it is, I mean, me growing up, I've always loved stipulation matches. I'm not a big on the stipulation pay-per-views, and maybe we can do another interview down the line where we talk just strict wrestling. But I didn't like when they made Money in the Bank a pay-per-view. Just keep it
right. TLC.
Yeah. Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, and that's the exact reason. That's exactly
wasn't happy yet, but yeah.
No, literally. And that's the exact reason, because I just, in my head as a fan, I got tired of Hell in a Cell matches because I'm like, well, they just have a, yeah.
They don't have any special, there's no special reason. There has to be a build-up.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's we have Hell in a Cell, so we're going to make this main event as Hell in a Cell, put these two guys there and make them have that match there.
Yeah. No, literally, man. Literally. So, yeah, no, just think super fun, no DQ. CCW actually kind of did my vision exactly. So it's basically like that, no DQ. They go in the crowd, they do their thing. They had actually let music play during the match. So that was one thing I wanted to do, is just test that idea of like having music on, like some pretty lit music while they're wrestling. So it's not just, I mean, obviously it's not quiet when you got the crowd interacting, but I just wanted to test that out. So yeah, that's the beginning of us running shows, like independent shows. But yeah, man, like you said, the sky's the limit. I mean, we're just gonna keep taking this thing further and further. And at this point, I think I forgot what your original question was.
You answered the question perfectly, man.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
motivational everything you're
yeah.
saying, man. I love it. Go ahead,
Yeah, so
Brando.
you mentioned The Rock as your one of your dream guests. So I'd assume he's one of your top 3 pro wrestlers of all time.
Yeah, literally, he's my number one. He's my number one. Him.
Who would be some other guys
yeah,
you throw in that
yeah.
group?
So again, and I always say this, I'm very probably biased just because of the time that I grew up in. I always go back to the nostalgia. So my top 3 is The Rock, Stone Cold, and Undertaker.
Top of 3.
Yeah, and again, they were all kind of running at the same time, and some of it may sound cliche, but literally, The Rock, I could never. I used to take pictures like with the eyebrow, like I could never just put him away as far as my number one, my GOAT. But Stone Cold, I think he's probably the greatest talker ever.
He's my
Undertaker, Undertaker, I think he's the greatest character ever.
argue with that.
And then
Potent
The
top
Rock
3, bro. That's a potent top 3. That's a very, very
exactly.
tough. It's very hard. I just to mention Taker. I had to say, this. Something Paul Heyman said that I didn't really. Brando and I have had really a lot of discourse about ranking like the stars and ranking like the performers and stuff like this.
Yeah.
But like when we've talked about Taker, I've said like I feel like Taker like is kind of like in his own category in some ways. He wasn't like truly like ever like the guy like Austin and Rock or like other people like a Cena or whatever. But he was a special character. He had the greatest gimmick of all time. But there's something that Paul Heyman said that really made me think. I was like, oh my gosh, you're right. He was at the top or near the top of the card for 30 years.
That's insane.
I was like, you're right. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And he never really like needed a title. Like, I mean, you don't really
crazy.
Remember any Undertaker title runs because it was always so short. But
right.
Yeah, and funny enough, Kane is around my top 5 as well, if not in my top 5.
Underrated. So actually kind of underrated at this point.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
Kane, Randy Orton. Like I said, I'm from St. Louis originally. That's our guy. We actually went to the same high school. He's way older than me, but we went to the same high school.
That's cool, man.
Man, I just want to think of a couple others.
Keep listening. We got your 3, but keep going. Top 3
Brando,
that's a tough top 3. Don't you agree?
Yeah,
that's a tough top 3. That's It's hard to beat that top 3. That's 3 of the biggest names ever. Essentially,
funny enough, my top 10 is like 1A, 1B, 1C. Like they're all
right.
close. So
there's
it would be.
That's the thing. It's a wrestling fan. You like who you like for certain reasons.
Exactly. Right. For sure, man.
I love it, man. So, Joey, I gotta ask, we're the wrestling crew is based out of Philadelphia. You're throwing these WrestleLIT parties, and we love it. And one of our members was able to make it to one of yours, but we gotta ask, man, when are you coming to the best wrestling city in the country, bro? When is that happening, man? I hope someday that happens. And when that happens, we definitely gotta celebrate and then link up, man. That's
for sure,
man.
For sure, and definitely like keep in contact with that because I obviously want to come out there. My first time in Philly was for WrestleMania.
Nice, you picked a hell of a one to go to.
As freezing as it was out there, it was an amazing WrestleMania. But yeah, especially
it was good. Night one's weather was not good. I try to tell people like we're a great wrestling crowd, but the it was so cold. That's why it was like that. But the next day we the crowd rebounded because
we did, and it was a great night too. And then you got all the nostalgic interferences like in the main event. That was amazing. So Yeah, so no Philly. So I'm talking to a couple people. I don't know if do you all know BTA?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's some guys we talked to. We talked to
Yeah,
my
man.
guy, Gunk. He's
Yep.
always with
Shout out to Gunk. I know.
Sandman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
They're doing big things, man.
yeah,
Back in the
yeah,
SPW days, I was able to connect with Gunk.
yeah,
He's
man.
doing big things with BTA and everything like that.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
definitely all supporters.
Yeah, cool ass people, man. And then Sandman was at the party. He left a little bit early,
Nice.
but he definitely slid through and like said what's up. So that was super cool. But no, Philly is obviously on the list. It just, like I said, it just depends. Well, I will say we've been seriously talking about running collabing on a wrestling show out there.
Uh-huh.
So that could probably happen sooner than just we're gonna pop up in Philly. It just, like I said, it depends on, is there a big pay-per-view,
Of
kind of
course.
running, or PLE, I guess. I still say pay-per-view sometimes, but
Same. We do it too.
yeah, and I like saying that way more. But yeah, hopefully I will say like in the next year. I think 2027 is definitely possible. And then
Sweet.
yeah, and we are doing something. I don't know if you're gonna ask me this, but in April, I don't know if you caught that, but during WrestleMania week while they're in Saudi. We're not going out there. I would never even.
We won't be either.
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah. I don't even
I
think
have a
I would
feeling a
be
lot of
able.
people.
Yeah. I don't
I think a lot of
even.
people are not going to that.
Wouldn't
But
even want to
let's.
try to navigate that and all
Right.
that. So New York sounds like where we'll be. Where NXT and AAA will be at. A bunch of watch parties, but we're planning. We've talked at this point to like 5 or 6 different independent promotions to where we're planning like pretty much a full, almost like 5 days, a full WrestleLIT weekend.
Oh
Um,
yes. Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah. So we'll be
Fun.
nearby Philly, is what I was gonna say.
Brando, I think we
Okay.
got our.
That sounds good.
I think we got something on the
We
calendar.
might.
Yeah,
We
man.
might.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome, man.
They need to drop those dates.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting on the dates so I can start kind of, getting some feelers out
Yep.
there.
So how do people find out more about WrestleLIT and any of the other events? I know you have Instagram, but is there X, Facebook?
Yeah. So on X, which I still call Twitter, I said it earlier, but
I know.
where I believe we're WrestleLIT Live. That's the same thing as Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok, we're on there. I think it's just as WrestleLIT. But obviously the Instagram is like where we're most active on. I'm on Instagram at Joey Cash Forever. I've kind of almost completely turned that into a promotional page. I still post some like, personal goings and things like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. WrestleLIT or WrestleLIT Live on pretty much all those platforms. Man, and then right now we got like I said, the SummerSlam event coming up. That's on Posh. You can get tickets on Posh. But yeah. I mean, we're rolling. Yeah, man, it's been going crazy.
Awesome, man. Joey, bro, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule
Appreciate
to
y'all, man.
link up with
Appreciate
us
y'all.
and share the amazing things that you're doing. Before we close out, since you're working an event for SummerSlam, what match are you looking forward to the most at SummerSlam 2026?
It's funny. Due to the party, I'm probably not going to go to night one, unfortunately, because I want to make sure I got the party all set, squared away.
I'll hold it down.
Which I'm a little upset about, because although they overdid the Hell in a Cell, I think that Oba and Brock match is going to be really good. And maybe potentially be Brock's last match. Where we've been saying that for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think they will put on a show. That one I'm excited to see. And then, of course, Roman and Rollins. And then I'm gonna throw out a third one, man, because I keep giving more extra credit. But Fatal Influence against is it Bellas and Paige?
Nice.
I think it's gonna be a solid match.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it. I like that pick. I like that pick a lot. I like that you threw that out there. Shout out to the
I love
ladies.
that,
Seriously.
man. Laney,
Yeah.
So let's just say you might see one of them around WrestleMania.
That's awesome.
Nice.
But yeah.
Awesome,
So
man.
no. I think those 3 matches are my top right now.
Wait, so you're not looking forward to the Danhausen, Dominic Mysterio, Moni's on a pole match?
human money.
I need to have another 2 hour. We need to have a 2 hour show about some wrestling takes and what's going on in the
Oh man,
product
y'all,
with us three.
I kid you not. Yeah, go ahead.
I think the match I'm really looking forward to the most, honestly, is the Penta and Chad Gable match. If Chad Gable and Penta tear it up like he did with Ludwig as the other El Grande, that could steal the show the whole weekend.
Yeah. No, 100%, 100%. And honestly, it slipped my mind, but you are 100% correct. I think they're going to put on a show. Yeah, that'll be a good one. But I think it's a pretty solid card. I don't see my guy Javon Evans on there. I'm a little upset about that. But hey,
I hear that
he'll be all right. He'll be all right.
yeah. One of our Reef thinks we actually kind of like talked to other members, and we were talking about like who's coming up that we feel like is who's going to be the next. Who's going to be just the next big star and stuff like that. And he's right up there. Reef made a big take actually, but I can see it. He said that he sees him being the next, there's no replacing a Jeff Hardy, but he sees him being with how high flying and exciting he is in the ring. He reminds him of how crazy Jeff Hardy was, and he thinks he's going to take that baton for the next generation.
100%.
I think you just watch Unreal. You'll see that the guys that they really have faith in, Javon, Oba, Trick.
You just named the three right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, those are the big three coming up. That's the future.
The three. I mean, and then the women are just loaded with talent, and NXT coming up. It's ridiculous. So.
Yeah, no, literally.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah,
so, man, thank you so much once again for joining up with us, and we're really excited to see what you have coming up next. WrestleLIT party, SummerSlam weekend. Gonna kill it. Gonna change the game again. You're just gonna keep on rolling, man.
Yeah, definitely.
And we're so excited to see how everything else evolves with you and how everything takes place, man. Once again, thank 100%. You so much.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Let me know anytime if you guys want to get on another one. Like I said, we could just go back and forth on wrestling takes. And then hit me up about a couple of people, man. I manage pretty much all of, at this point, Kiera Hogan's business. So I'm really out there. If you go to our page, you'll see a lot of Kiera Hogan. We're getting her back out there after her injury. Damu Anawai, I mentioned him. I help him a lot.
Awesome.
So yeah, man, just stay tuned. Hit me up if you want to connect with any of them. And then hit me up anytime. Like I said, I love this stuff.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Believe me, we will. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Have a good night and good luck this weekend.
Appreciate y'all. See ya.
Appreciate you, man. Bye.
See ya.
See ya. All right. So that was Joey Cash of WrestleLIT, and what an amazing guest. He's obviously killing it. And wow, Brandon, that was quite the interview. What are your thoughts from that, man? That was really cool.
Yeah, he definitely seems to be making some waves, and I'm excited to see where WrestleLIT goes in the next year. Hell, I wouldn't mind popping up to one of those parties or having if they're close by and checking it out. It sounds like a fucking great time. Yeah,
man, definitely. So let's continue on since WrestleLIT's going to be at WrestleLIT pop-up party is going to be at SummerSlam this weekend. Well, let's talk about SummerSlam. We have let's get to our predictions. We mentioned some matches that are going to be going to take place that we were excited for. But let's scale it back a bit and just go night by night and talk about what's going on. So night one, let's go to the match that Joey kind of called out, the six woman tag match, Fatal Influence versus the Bella Twins.
It'd be a fun match.
Yeah, it's crazy. Should be, what do you think about it? Let's go.
I don't know, but I do know Nikki did say she's, I think, towards the end of her career. I heard an interview where she said it's getting towards the end. So I think she's going to have one more run. Maybe I could see her ending her run, but next year WrestleMania possibly as her last hurrah. I think the Bellas are going to, and Paige will make Fatal Influence look good. Actually, Fatal Influence doesn't need them to look good, but it'd be a fun match. Fatal Influence should go over. They're a better team. They're the younger. They're younger. They're the hot thing right now. They got a lot of heat on them as heels. Maybe I don't know. At some point, I'm kind of interested to see when Paige breaks away from the Bella Twins to see what Paige is going to do as a singles wrestler. I mean,
Yeah.
people are saying, "Oh, Paige is old." Paige is actually pretty young still, believe it or not.
Paige is one actually compared to some of the other people on the roster. She's on the main roster. She's one of the youngest still. People forgot we talked about this in another episode, in a past episode. She's started pretty young, actually. She's not even 35 yet.
No,
I'm serious.
She's like 33.
She might still. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's crazy.
Right when she was like 19. So think about that. She's lived a long wrestling life, and she was only 19 when she started, got into it. So, Now, another match I want to talk about that I think has been very intriguing is this Gunther Nick Aldis match.
Yes, finally, Nick Aldis coming out of retirement, coming out and well, actually, what's he ever? I forget. Well, coming back to the ring,
He hasn't wrestled in 3 years.
He hasn't wrestled in a while, so
yeah. He was Magnus in TNA. I don't know if anyone remembers him in TNA was a champion, but I think what really helped Nick Aldis was when he went to NWA and was their champion, and then when AEW was just getting off their feet with Cody promoting it, and him and Cody had that match. I think at the first pay-per-view before AEW Dynamite was even around. I think it was the very first All In or All Out, whatever it was called. I can't remember top of my head, but they had the main event, and that really put Nick Aldis on the map. It also helped Cody too. So and then he went through NWA for a little longer, and then he somehow just showed up in WWE and became their general manager. I've always wanted to see him back in the ring. He's a pretty big guy. I think he's actually
jacked, dude. He's jacked.
When you see him and Gunther next to each other in the ring, you're gonna be like, "Wow, he's bigger than Gunther." It's gonna be quite obvious. Now, do I think Nick Aldis is gonna beat Gunther? No. But
he should put up a fight, though. He's gonna put up a fight. I think
it's gonna be a hell of a match. I think Gunther wins by doing something shady, like he always does when he beat, like the way he beat AJ, like he fooled him that he tapped out and didn't tap out, or something. Something shady. Grabs his tights. Long as Nick Aldis looks good, this could be the beginning of a Nick Aldis singles run in the WWE, which I'm all for. And I think that way you get him out being a general manager, put someone else as a general manager. Let's get some change going on there. I think it'd be refreshing.
I like that, man. I'm excited for it. I'm excited. I think it's a good change up with Gunther versus Nick Aldis. We thought it was going to be Gunther months ago. We thought it was going to be Gunther versus Brock Lesnar. So I'm happy that I think it's a storyline that is piqued interest for sure. Next match. Well, actually, okay, I think we both agree. I think that so hold up. I think Gunther wins. And I think with the 6-woman tag match with the Bella Twins, Paige, and Fatal Influence, I think I wouldn't mind Fatal Influence winning, to be honest with you. But it's my opinion. Next up is the 6-man tag match. Very interesting storyline because a lot's going on with this, with LA Knight, Solo, Royce Keys versus the Bloodline. This is like Solo's like face, and like he's actually been pretty. I think he's been pretty good actually. I like the inclusion of Royce Keys. He's finally getting good work, and LA Knight has kind of had a little bit of a. I mean, Brandon, you said what you've thought about LA Knight over the past couple shows. Like he's kind of had a little bit of a resurgence, man. And he's taking on Jacob and the Usos, man. This is actually, it's a pretty big match, actually. What do you think about this one?
I don't know. I feel like the Bloodline's going to win. I think if they don't win, it's really because Jimmy Uso is going to eat the pin. And I'm going to go right now. Solo has done an excellent job as, the kind of tweener / baby face.
He's killing it.
Solo's very underrated. He got a bad deal from when he left the Bloodline and tried to go head to head with Roman. I feel like they put him in a bad spot, and he was never going to become that guy that everyone cared about. And then they tried to bring a faction with him, and it just didn't work. Honestly, it just didn't. I don't think they have the right pieces in place. I think he's better off just being a Solo guy, honestly. No pun intended. But LA Knight now. Talking about LA Knight.
Hey man,
he's had some decent promos. I still do not know if he's going to become a champion. I just don't know where he fits into that. The only way I can see that is if maybe he pins Jacob Fatu and pisses Roman Reigns off, where Roman's like, "Oh, I want LA Knight," and LA Knight beats Roman. Do I see that happening?
You might have a
No.
point, man. But I'll give
just don't
LA
know
Knight.
where he fits
I want to
in.
give
I don't know.
I want to give LA Knight some props. Through it all, he's been like, and we always compare him. He's kind of like, he's clearly taken cues from like, The Rock and Stone Cold. He's clearly modeled his character and made, taking their influences and made it, tried his best to make it into his own. But you can clearly see the influence there. Through it all, he's been able to stay over. And that is an attribute that I think not many people have. Like, he hasn't had like the rocket ship strapped to him. He's been able to stay over with fans through it all. Like, he's not as over as he was in like 2023, or 2023, but he's pretty damn over, and it's pretty impressive that he's been able to stay that. That's a testament to his charisma. I will give him that. Pretty cool.
True, I agree with that, but he also, I feel like sometimes he loses the fans when he gets in the ring after his music's done and he's done his catchphrases and he's talking.
Yeah,
there has to be more substance to him. He's starting to get that, so we'll see where it goes. I don't know who he feuds with after this. Jacob Fatu, I don't think that makes sense. I think Jacob Fatu and Royce Keys are obviously going to have a singles match at some point soon. Former best friends, they keep on saying it. I didn't even know they were friends. It was just kind of like, oh, they're friends. Like, how we do that?
Yeah.
Jimmy and Jay, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I really don't know where they go with the bloodline at this point. It'd be interesting to see what this story, how the story unfolds. But I see this dragging out for a while.
They're going to drag it out. They got the T-shirts. It's what it is, man. TKO went right back to the bloodline.
I'm talking about this feud in general is going to drag out. And
I can see that.
Maybe the end story is Sullivan finally does come and join the bloodline. They keep on saying, run the play. Run the play. So is he going to run the play finally? Is he going to do it all of a sudden on the 6-man tag match, and it's going to be a setup the whole freaking time? That would be ridiculous. But I've seen stupider stuff before. With that being said, I still think the bloodline win.
Okay. Well, with that said, I agree. I wouldn't mind actually if LA Knight solo and Royce Keys. I would like to see Royce Keys get a big victory on a big PLE. But I think I agree. I think the bloodline's going to get this one. Maybe they're probably going to cheat or something like that.
Yeah, so it's just crazy to me. I really don't. Yeah. To me personally, I don't really care who wins. That should say a lot. I really just don't care.
Is it you don't care because you're going to be entertained, or you don't care because you're not interested?
I'm really not that interested, honestly, because I'm just not. I can't explain why. The only person that really interests me in that whole group is Jacob Fatu, and I don't know what he's kind of stuck in this as Roman's like henchman at this point, and I get it, but I guess we'll see.
Okay. Well,
so
next up we got Liv Morgan versus Io Sky.
So Liv Morgan, Io Sky. There's so much to unpack here, and it's not just between them two. It's between everything going on with the women. This title run, the Judgment Day, everything.
The main curse.
Yeah, just everything. I feel like Io's going to beat Liv. It's going to be because they're going to go back to this stupid curse, and that's why she's going to lose. Which I think is just dumb. I really hope that's not the case. I think Liv should hold on to the title all the way to WrestleMania and then drop it. I'm going to say something else right now that's maybe controversial. She has surpassed Rhea Ripley to me in terms of popularity and everything else in the WWE. She is everywhere. You
think she's past?
I think she's the biggest. She's the WWE's biggest star, female wise, 100%.
You think she's bigger than Rhea Ripley?
Star wise? Oh, absolutely.
Star wise? You think she's bigger than Rhea Ripley?
Yes,
bro. I see Rhea Ripley merchandise walking in I've seen her merchandise out at places like what's it called, Spencer's and stuff like that. Just like randomly just walking by and seeing that.
I get that. I just think in terms of the WWE world, she's their biggest star. She's their biggest star. I just really feel like that. I mean, you get a crowd when she comes out. I mean, She just had to listen to reaction.
She's big, no doubt,
right.
no doubt.
Watch Unreal, the next 2 episodes, and you tell me if you don't think they don't think she's the biggest star. The positions they put her in, even after getting injured and putting basically strapping the company on her back sometimes to a degree, and saying how much faith they have in her is pretty eye opening. Now, I'm not saying she's like leaps and bounds better than Rhea. I just think at this moment right now, she's a little.
At this moment right now, the week of SummerSlam, you think Liv is above Rhea. Now, could that be because Rhea's not on the card right now?
Well,
You just think in general,
too, but also, I don't know. Let me ask you this: were you more interested in the Liv Morgan, Stephanie Valkyrie match initially, or the Jade Rhea match? What match was more interesting to you before the matches happened?
Liv. Probably Liv or Stephanie. They were beating the hell out of each other. The
opposite happened though. Rhea and Jade was a hell of a match, and Liv and Stephanie was a little bit to be desired.
Just a little bit of disappointment. Was a little disappointing. Yup. But Rhea versus Jade was pretty good. That's crazy. Yeah.
So that's what I mean. They're like right there. I just think they're going to keep going like this until someone else overtakes them or whatever. Now,
yeah.
I also want to piggyback on the Judgment Day a little bit. I don't know where they're going with the storyline, but I can see Liv losing and then getting jealous of Raquel because she has a title now, even though it's the Intercontinental. And I can see that starting the fracture of the Judgment Day finally. Congratulations to Raquel for beating Sol Ruca. I was talking to my girlfriend during the match, and I was like, I think Sol's going to lose. She's like, no way. I'm like, I just got to feel it, man. I don't think they have as much confidence in Sol anymore. I think because one, they put it on her to see what happens. She's not really eliciting a big reaction when she comes out. You notice they only popped for her moves. They don't pop for. She doesn't have any kind of mic skills yet. There's a lot of things she needs to still learn.
Might be too early. Might be a little too early.
I think they just did it as a trial run, and then maybe who knows? Maybe they surprise us, and she becomes this next entrant in the ladder match because there's one more woman that has to be in the ladder match. So I could see her being thrown in that ladder match just because. Why would you not put Sol Ruca in a ladder match for the championship opportunity? So they could possibly do that, but I feel like sometimes they do this stuff where they put a belt on somebody. They have no idea what the hell to do with the person. I feel like that's what happened to Sol. But I also think some of Sol's stuff was self-inflicted by some of the unfortunate I don't like to use botch. Unfortunate incidents in the ring, whether slipping on the ropes or just the timing's off or last night. I don't know who's responsible for the bloody nose. I have to go back and run it back, but there's another thing too. She busted up Raquel, or maybe Raquel did it to herself. I have to go back and look at it. I don't know really, but so that's the Judgment Day. I think the Judgment Day has to come to an end soon at some point. This whole Dominic and what's the thing trying to get their monies back from Danhausen, it's kind of run its course. They're going to have something come up in SummerSlam. We'll talk about that from night 2 when we get to that. But yeah. So yeah,
I think EO's going to win, but you want Liv. I'm going to say Liv Morgan retains. So I'm going to say it because I want her to retain. I would like her to keep rolling. I think she's been killing it. I think her character she's grown to become pretty intriguing. She's just definitely grown to just be this obnoxious yet crazy kind of character who definitely has earned her stripes in the ring, and so I'm for it. And Io Sky was my pick for Wrestler of the Year last year. I think Io Sky's incredible. I think she's gotten to a point where she doesn't need a belt at this point. She's that damn good. She can have the belt or not have the belt. She's probably gonna. I would not be shocked if Liv versus Io was like the match of the night. I would not be shocked at all. Io's that good.
I can see that. But
so
I also say the reason I'm picking Io is honestly because of the stupid curse. They keep leaning on that damn curse, and I feel like they're making it very poignant. And if that's the whole cursing is going to be the undoing of the Judgment Day, it makes sense storyline wise. And also, if Io wins the title, you got a bunch of new challenges for her to go against for the title. One being Stephanie Valkyria, or not Stephanie Valkyria, Lila Valkyria, the crazy.
Yeah. With her heel
Um,
turn. Yep.
So I feel like that's Ia's first opponent. I think after that happens. So yeah, we'll see.
So next up, I mean, I feel like we're going to be pretty quick about this one, even though it's probably it could be argued it's the biggest match of the card. Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar in Hell in a Cell. Actually, does this main event night one? Like, this has gotten a lot of hype. Okay, fair enough.
I think
so
it's
with
Cody
that said,
Punk.
Okay. Obafemi, I mean, this is pretty simple. I think it's going to be a hard-hitting match, but Obafemi wins. I'm just excited to see these two lock horns again. I think Obafemi gets the W. It's pretty simple, So that's how I feel about it.
Obafemi definitely gets the W. I think this is going to be a fun match. I think it's going to be 10 minutes of just chaos and destruction, and that's exactly what Hell in a Cell needs to be.
How many F5s? How many F5s does Obafemi kick out of?
I don't know, man. 4.
Okay.
I think they keep on putting emphasis that Brock's never lost at Hell in a Cell for a reason.
Yeah.
It's just the other roadblock for Obafemi to overcome on his way all the way up to the top. So
agreed.
I think Oba dispatches Brock. If this is Brock's last match, I could see it being. I don't know now though. Maybe Brock doesn't retire. Maybe he's just. Maybe he'll retire another year or two. Why would we want?
He does what he feels like.
Honestly, I don't even want Brock to retire because I think there's so many good matches you get from Brock Lesnar and anyways. Could you imagine a Brock and Trick feud, a Brock and Fatu feud, a Brock and
oh man, that'd be crazy. Brock and Fatu,
Brock and Gunther.
Oh my god, Brock and Fatu, Brock and Gunther, obviously because we've been wondering that, but Brock versus Fatu, my lord.
I know that's what I mean.
That's crazy.
So I don't want him to retire for that reason. But I do think Oba should go over and will go over.
Yeah, agreed. Well, we got our main event of the night, likely CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. Now, they've been hinting at this damn heel turn for a while now. Is this going to finally freaking happen, Brandao? Or is it just going to be like they respect each other but they're going to beat the crap out of each other. They're going to shake hands, and they did it. They did the damn thing at the end. What do you think? You think something's happening here? Maybe not because it's night one. Maybe it was night two, but it's not. What do you think here?
Well, maybe that's why it is on night one, so we don't expect it, and that's when it happens.
That's true. Yeah,
I can see Triple H doing something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I think the way Cody's been acting. And Punk calling him out on it a little bit. Punk kind of giving it back to him. They're going back and forth. I mean, they should be though, because look, it's for the title, and that's the way it is. But something does tell me Cody could easily do something shitty against Punk to keep the title or to take the title from him. Because Punk made a good comment about how the title is, what did he call him? You'll never be as good as Dusty or something. Dusty's kid will never beat me. Or I feel like this heel turn could happen. I just don't know if WWE is ready to pull the trigger yet. I feel like if they're going to turn Cody heel, there has to be a good reason, and there has to be a good replacement person. And there may be in the wings. I'll get to that in a second. My thing is Cody and Punk. Cody's a heel at heart. The way he talks, his cadence. I've been saying this forever. I feel like some of the things, the way he's been acting, he's kind of acting like a little bitch, in my opinion.
Wait, what?
Like, all right, Punk apologized to him about the belt thing, and then Cody's still acting like a bitch. He's like, dude, I apologize. What do you want me to do? Like, and then he pushed him because I'll not apologize for that. He said, I will stab you in the front. I won't stab you in the back. Punk said that.
Right.
I don't think Punk turning heel does anything. I don't think you should turn Punk heel. I think people are.
No,
it doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Turn Cody Rhodes heel. The best person to turn him against is CM Punk. He has a loyal following. People love Punk. Now, and the kids will boo Cody if Cody does something real shitty and evil. Like if that's what you're worried about, kids will not cheer him. They won't. The thing that
Cody has a mean streak, man. Cody has a mean streak. He's wanted. I mean, it's been kind of building, man. It's been kind of hinted at for the past couple of years.
Out there. Red herrings, taking advantage of Sami Zayn's situation, Kevin Owens, and then when this all happens, they can all come and say, "Look, I told you, this is exactly who Cody was." Sami
Yeah.
Zayn. I mean, Sami Zayn doesn't have a match at SummerSlam at all. So that's another guy I feel so bad for. Like, he went from champion to not being on the card even. Oh wait, actually, he is on the card. They just put him on the card. My bad.
Yeah, but he's, I know what you mean. He's not one of he's not like one of the marquee match. He went from like the main, like the champion to like, now he's just kind of like, yeah.
Right. So it'd be interesting to see.
Now, granted, it's a number one contendership match, but I know what you mean. It's not like he's not on the main event or anything.
I actually forgot about it. It's still a big deal. It's a number one contendership match, and if
he's
he
not
wins,
a contender, but like he's not on the, yeah.
It'd be interesting if he wins. If they would switch roles and make Cody the heel, if Cody's the heel, and then Sami the baby face.
Yeah.
Cody could redeem, or Sami could redeem himself. So, see, I told you the whole time. Or maybe Balor wins and you get a babyface Balor versus a heel Cody. That would be interesting. So there's a lot of ways they can do it. But
do you think that who do you think wins, CM Punk or Cody Rhodes? I don't really, to be honest with you, I'm cool with whoever, to be honest with you. Cody's had the belt a couple times,
it
depends
like 3 how it happens.
CM Punk's,
I only want to see Cody win. I only want to see Cody win is if he turns heel to win. That's the only reason why I want to see Cody win.
Okay.
Not, I want to see him lose. And then maybe that furthers the spiral down. Who knows? But Cody wins, turns heel. And here's why I think they would do Cody Rhodes heel turn. You turn Cody Rhodes heel. You need this next superstar to replace him. Well, there is a guy, and his name is Obafemi.
Right.
You could build this up to Cody just going through all these people. Oba finally wins the Rumble, and he hasn't challenged Roman. If Roman's still a champion, it could be Seth by that time. We don't know what's going to happen in that match either. He challenges Cody, and the whole thing could be going back to that main event when he made his debut on WTV to the mainstream audience. That I had you beat until Drew McIntyre interfered, or I would have beat you, and that could be the crux of why he's challenging Cody, and also Cody's a heel now. Makes perfect sense for Oba to beat a heel Cody.
Yeah.
So I haven't heard anybody really mention that, and I think it's an interesting take, and I think it'd be a cool story to tell.
I agree, man.
So if I had to pick who's going to win, I think Cody's going to win.
So I think that CM Punk wins. I think CM Punk retains, and it is what it is. We'll see what happens after that. But I think Punk's been killing it. I think he just won the championship. I don't think they're going to hot potato it this time. CM Punk retains, and Cody continues to go in his deep spiral. So that's where I'm at.
Okay, cool.
On to night one. Sorry, excuse me. You just finished night one. On to night two. So what we got here? Oh my gosh. Trick Williams versus Baron Corbin returning to WWE for the United States Championship. I think Trick Williams has got to win this, but what do you think?
I think Baron Corbin wins.
Wow.
I think there's a reason for this match. It's for shock factor. I don't know. It came out of nowhere. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me, honestly. But like, where's Carmelo Hayes at?
Right.
Like, I don't know. Look, I don't know.
They were building to that. They were building to that big time. Carmelo Hayes for Trick again. Like, he slapped him in the middle of the ring and everything. I don't know. All right.
But I can see them having this happen where Baron Corbin beats him. Because he said it's his goal to become the United States champion, whatever. Why, I don't know. But that's my like what the hell pick. Upset of the night. Corbin over Trick Williams.
Okay. All right.
Not much to really talk about there.
Yeah, I agree. Next up, 5-way ladder match for the interim women's championship. Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, Chelsea Green, Charlotte Flair, Julia Lash or Lash Legend. I guess they're going to be they're going to have a match. They're going to have a match to determine who's going to who's going to fight for that championship. Right. I would love Chelsea Green to win, but it's going to be Charlotte Flair. They said she's been away from it too long. It's only a matter of time. Interim. It's clearly going to be Charlotte Flair, but that's just my begrudging opinion. So. I really hope Chelsea Green wins. Just give her the free. This is a great spot to give the belt to her. What do you think?
So, I think Chelsea might win this.
Okay. I would love it if Chelsea Green won.
So who's the champion right now? I forget. Is it Rhea?
Yeah, that's why she's injured.
Rhea.
Yeah,
So, okay.
she's injured. So
let's rewind for a second. So what the fuck did we do interim women's championships? When the fuck did that start? They never did this before. They would strip you of the belt.
Yeah, because you can't do it. Yeah, you strip you of the belt because you can't perform, and then that's that. I know, interim. Like, no, yeah, I hear you.
Okay, so going off of that fact, I mean,
oh, you know what? That means Chelsea. You know what? That would go to Chelsea because it's the interim. Like, it's not the official. It's the interim that you're holding it until you have to defend it you have to defend it probably against Rhea to determine who the real champion is. Like, it's probably something like, oh God.
So hold on. Let me just look at his throat real quick. Yeah, I honestly don't have nothing. Hopefully it's a good match. I mean, if is it going to be Lash or Julia? That's another thing because Lash makes a lot of sense, but so does Julia. Like, Julia's been kind of got screwed over by what's her name, and she broke up with her and left her. So, what the hell's her name? Why am I drawing a blank? Who was her sidekick? What was her name?
Oh.
Why am I forgetting?
Oh my God! No, she was killing it.
Kiana James, right?
Yeah. Kiana James. Yeah. She was kind of like low key buzzing for a little bit. So
I liked her. So I think Kiana cost Julia the match against Lash. Lash is in. Lash, I don't see her. Lash would be very interesting though. Lash versus Rhea could be a good match.
That'd be great. Hey, I think Lash Legend's incredible. I think that she could be. I would love for her to have a chance. Chelsea Green or Lash will be amazing. That would give them a boost. That would make it interesting. That would give them a chance since it's interim, right? That gives them a trial run with a belt. Like, it kind of opens up a new door. And you know what? They might even have a chance to have them retain when they inevitably have to defend the interim championship against the real champion. So,
you know what? I'm gonna say
I'm just gonna go to Charlotte.
No, I'm gonna go with. Oh man. You know what? I'm gonna stick with. No, I honestly don't know. This is tough because you got to think who makes sense to fight Rhea Ripley for the title. That's what makes sense. Does Chelsea Green versus Rhea Ripley really do anything for you?
I'd be rooting for the underdog. She'd be a massive underdog, and the crowd can get behind her.
Right, but does that really do anything for you? I think they're going to.
If she wins, yeah,
they're going to go with Jade.
Okay, rematch.
Yeah, I really believe that's the match they go with Jade. Her versus Jade, because even though it looks like Jade and Charlotte are the people fighting, maybe they go with Charlotte and then Charlotte loses to Jade and then Rhea comes back and then get Charlotte versus Jade. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with Jade. I want Chelsea. My heart's with Chelsea, but it's gonna be Jade.
Okay, fair enough. Next up, the match that we're all excited about: Danhausen versus Dominic Mysterio on a Human Money's on a pole match.
Yes.
Let's bridge Monday Night Raw to this match. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's talk about what happened on Raw. There was a segment where that was maybe one of the worst segments we've maybe ever seen in pro wrestling in a long time. What do you think, Brandon? Yeah.
What do I think? It was awful.
Embarrassing, right?
I was like, "What is this?" And then I saw
this is
singing. I'm like, "Whoa, this is really bad." I'm like, I know it's supposed to be entertaining and funny and goofy, but I don't know. Whoever came up with that segment should be fired.
It got approved too.
Maybe they just thought it was going to come off better, and then when they did it, they're like, "This is awful." Nothing flowed, and then poor Dominic had to come out there and carry that segment, and that didn't work out either. It was just bad all around. I think we're getting too much Danhausen. I think they need.
You know they were gonna shove it down everybody's face with the Knicks.
You've been Moni's in a pole match. Is Russo back? Like, I mean, I don't know. I get it. It's supposed to be a fun match, funny match. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be entertaining, but I don't know. I think I'm kind of over this shit now. Dominic is much better than this. This curse is just the end of the Judgment Day, and that's it. And they give it separate ways. Fine.
Yeah, I think they should scale back. I think they should scale back Danhausen a little bit. I think he is funny. I think it's just what worked with R-Truth is that they picked the spots with him really, really well. When he became a comedic act, it wasn't like shoved down our throats. Like it was very good timing. Random backstage segments
for Danhausen.
Yeah,
this is their first.
Yeah. But I just want to add, I just want to add though, with R-Truth, it was really good timing with him for the most part. And I think Danhausen can do similar things, but right now they're just pushing him like crazy because of what happened with the Knicks, and they want as much exposure as possible. That's clearly why they're doing it.
All right. Well, now we're getting to August. Can we forget about the fucking Knicks already? They won the championship. Great. Move the fuck on. All right. Seriously. That's the thing I hate about some of this shit that they do. And I don't know if it's TKO. I don't know if it's WWE or a combination of, this is a good idea. I was even fine with the cat and everything. I thought that was kind of funny, a main event. I was like, that's kind of cool. Whatever. It's a main event. Who gives a shit? But now you're doing these dumb pole matches, and I don't know. Maybe they'll prove me wrong. Maybe they'll have this match and we'll be like, holy shit, that was brilliant. I doubt it, but let's I like Danhausen. I like Dominic. I like both. I think you just need to pull back on Danhausen just a little bit.
Yeah, this ain't it right now. Just give it a little bit of a break. Give it a couple of weeks. Give it a little break, and just have him pick good spots to do some backstage segments. We don't need to. But his merch is selling like crazy. People do love him.
I get it.
I
get it.
You
don't. I mean, I just this you could
that segment wasn't good.
This isn't a SummerSlam match at all.
I agree. And
then where does Joe Hendry fit in all this bullshit?
I know. He's someone that could definitely. I think he could be definitely more than they showed in NXT could be more than a comedic act. Like he needs to. I think he needs to start getting, going in a different direction. So I hear you.
Okay.
Well, let's get off that match. Let's go to
let's talk about Sammy and Finn.
Okay, Sammy versus Finn Balor. Yeah. I know. Justice for Sammy. Give Sammy the W. Yo. Also, I just realized we didn't even say who wins against with Dominic and Danhausen. I don't even think we care. I think Dominic wins, and that's that.
There is no winner in that match. We're all losers in that match. We're all fucking
losers. That's the prediction. We're all losers. Okay. Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor. I think I would like Sami Zayn to win, and I've been a proponent for Finn Balor over the past couple of years. I would like to see him get another chance at a title, but I actually want some justice for Sami Zayn. I would not mind for him to stay in the title scene for a bit, and just how I feel. I'm actually okay if Finn Balor does win. I'm totally fine with it. I'm fine with whoever wins, but I'm just going to pick Sammy. But I'm fine with whoever wins
because I like that the story they're telling about Finn Balor, like the rebirth of Finn Balor to a degree. And I feel like a Finn Balor versus Cody CM Punk rematch would be great. A Finn Balor versus Cody Rhodes match would be awesome too. And then if they were to turn Cody heel, that would be an interesting dynamic as well. Sami Zayn versus Punk, again, the rematch, because then he can prepare for him. That's probably the best way to go with it. Or Sami Zayn versus Cody, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to see that again, unless the roles are reversed and a heel Cody versus a face Sami Zayn, which would be another interesting dynamic.
Yeah, I hear that, man.
I don't know. I think the better person winner would be Finn Balor, honestly. So I'm going to go with Finn Balor here.
Oh, Finn Balor? Okay. All right. Well, we have potentially what could be one of the the show stealers, actually. Penta versus Chad Gable. Penta's been killing it for months as Intercontinental Champion. Chad Gable has had a massive resurgence coming off of his match of the year pretty much performance against El Grande. AAA. It was an amazing, obviously you're still buzzed from that match. And he's ever since that inning of that match, he has been getting more over and over with the crowd weekly. And this is it's culminated in this match against Penta. And I'm excited for this one, actually. I think this could definitely steal the show. This definitely has all the ingredients to do that. I
agree.
I'm gonna, you know what? I would like to see Chad Gable continue to chase. I think Penta wins. I like seeing Chad Gable continuing to chase. I think there's a hook there. But Penta has been champ for a bit. I think it's obvious Chad Gable's going to win, but I'm going to go Zag. I think that Penta retains. But Chad Gable is it's a hell of a match.
Okay. I think Chad Gable wins. I want Chad Gable to win. I think him winning in Minnesota, which I believe is his hometown. I believe that is the case. I just think they're going to tell a hell of a story in the ring. It's going to be such a great match. It's going to steal the night, the show. It's going to steal the night, steal the weekend. I'm calling it right now. They give these guys 18 minutes.
They can certainly do it. Yeah.
They're stealing the show. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. And after that, you can go different ways. Chad Gable can fight whoever. That could also open up Chad Gable versus like Braun Breaker to get revenge back for
would be
on the Vision. And that's how you get Braun Breaker to the next level, or Chad Gable. There's so many different ways you can go with this. So
I agree.
Kind of winning. What's next for him then? What opponents are next for the challenge for the title? That would be really interesting compared to what Chad Gable opens up for Chad Gable. That's all. I think you can have Penta lose and have feuds with other guys coming up. Either way is fine, honestly. But I think Chad Gable winning would be a hell of a story, and I just think it's fun.
Okay. That match, I'm just excited for the match, and even though I picked Penta, if Chad Gable wins, that's awesome too. It's one of those matches like I just feel like it's just whoever wins, like
this is
we're all going to be good.
This is the opposite of Dominic in-house match. We're all winners.
We're all winners. Yeah. And now the main event, the two big entities of the last 10 years, Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. This could have been a WrestleMania match easily. They have the history. These are two of the biggest of the new generation I don't want to say new generation, but it's the generation of the last like 12 years of that new movement that from they had a great promo detailing all that. We're both, we know, what these guys are going to do. They're going to have a hell of a match. It's just we know Seth Rollins will have a damn good match. We know Roman Reigns will have, they're really good in the ring together. They know each other. We know what we're going to get with this. I love the promo from a couple weeks ago where Roman really sunned Seth Rollins. I was like, damn, dude, talking about he's a number two. He's always going to be number two. When he is a number one, when he's briefly a champion, he'll just get injured again. They were really, and how Seth knows that he owns Roman Reigns in the ring. He's a better wrestler than Roman Reigns. We all know what's up with this one.
Yes.
I said this for a couple months. I would not mind if Roman Reigns lost. I think it's okay if he takes an L and has to have some adversity. But that's not going to happen. He's going to retain this. He's going to retain the title. Seth Rollins is going to put. Seth Rollins is going to he's going to put on a damn good match. There's going to be a lot of close calls, but in the end, as you just did, Chris Brandau is what you just did. One's in the air. Roman Reigns continues en route to the fall and War Games and everything like that. And it just is for him. It's a matter of who he's going to face at WrestleMania. So we just so there we go. It's pretty straightforward with this.
I think the most important thing to talk about in this story is I think Roman has to do this without the help of the bloodline. If he really wants legitimacy, he has to beat Seth fair and square in the ring. 1, 2, 3. No bloodline, no interference, nothing. And then he can finally say, I beat Seth Rollins. He gets that proverbial monkey off his back.
Right.
He gets it. Seth can take the loss. They're going to hurt Seth. Is Seth going to win? That'd be interesting. I just don't see it with Seth because I mean, if Seth were to win, it'd be interesting, but I just don't know what story you tell with him being the champion, I guess. I feel like Roman being a champion, you had that bloodline just coming into power. If Roman were to lose now, the bloodline would be like, what would the bloodline be? Now, if they're going to do a story where Roman loses, the bloodline loses, all of a sudden there's strife with inside, and all of a sudden the bloodline just goes away. Like maybe like Fatu's like, you know what? I thought you were the tribal chief. You lost Seth Rollins. I'm done. And then the bloodline ends.
Yeah, that could create turmoil.
Seth versus Jacob Fatu. Seth Roman disappears for a while, does his movie promotions, whatever. That's another thing too we got to keep an account for. We don't know what that entails either.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Street Fighter. Oh yeah. Oh, Cody might win, man. I didn't think about that. Yeah, they're going to promote that like crazy.
So listen, we'll have to say, but I still think Roman wins at the end of the day, and he retains. Now, it is the last match of the night, right? So usually something weird, great, big goes on that night.
Yep. What do you think it could be? We know it's not going to be The Rock, so let's get that out the way. That won't be happening. What's going to happen?
I think it's a swerve. I don't think anything happens. I think Roman beats him fair and square in the ring, 1, 2, 3. And then maybe the bloodline attack him afterwards.
Oh shit. Shit. That'd be crazy. Okay.
I don't know, man. Well, because we know we are getting war games. Right. They already made that clear. The War Games is coming back in
Houston.
But, yeah. So I'm like, all right. So they're definitely going to set up a War Games match. Not then, but you got to keep all those pieces in play for War Games. So we'll have to see.
We'll have to see, man. Well, that's our predictions for SummerSlam. It should be a good pay-per-view. SummerSlam's always legit. SummerSlam always has a lot of big moments. They always treat it as the second biggest pay-per-view of the year, and they there's been more good SummerSlams than bad SummerSlams. I'll put it like that. So I expect this 2-night one debut. I expect it to be a banger. So, Brandon, have anything else to add?
No, I'm just looking forward to SummerSlam. I'm looking forward to the Penta Chad match. I can't wait to see them tear down the house. And I'm not looking forward to Danhausen and Dominic, but every match on the card can't be amazing, so it is what it is. I'd imagine they're gonna make that the buffer match, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man. I think it's gonna be a good PLE. I mean, there's Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar, Penta versus Chad, Punk versus Cody Rhodes, Reigns versus Rollins, Zayn versus Finn Balor. It's pretty, the tag matches. It's gonna be a good one. It's a pretty good card.
Yeah, if there's 3 matches that I'm looking forward to the most, it's definitely gonna be Punk and Cody, Oba Brock, and the Gable Penta match.
All right.
I mean, I really want to see Gunther Aldis too, so I'll put that as like.
Gunther versus Aldis. Yes, that's another one. Yes. Wow. See, just like almost forgot it. It's crazy.
It's funny because Reigns and Seth should be in that conversation, but to me, I'm looking forward to it. But I'm more geeked on the other matches for some reason.
I hear you. We see Reigns versus Rollins before. I got you. It's
Yeah.
So
it's just a different dynamic.
Yeah, man. Well, with that said, thanks for everybody tuning in. We had a great interview with Joey Cash earlier. SummerSlam is going to be awesome. It's going to be a great event. We hope everyone enjoys it. We'll be back with we're going to have a post SummerSlam episode next week, and we really appreciate everyone for tuning in. So, just JB signing out. Chris Brandell. Anything else you have to say?
That's it, man. We'll see you next week.
All right, have a good one, y'all.